are you doing today? Okay, very well. Thank you. Thank you. I noticed that you've come to see us today. My name is Miss Jubert, and I'm here to help you. Have you ever been in counseling before?
No, I haven't.
No. Okay. Well, I want you to feel comfortable and feel at ease. I do want to give you a little bit about confidentiality. Confidentiality between us. The confidentiality stays between us. It is feel free and feel comfortable to say what you need to be saying in our session. At any time that I feel like you are a threat to yourself or someone else, I would have to break that code of confidentiality. And I would let you know prior to addressing that if that's okay with you for us to continue the session. Okay. Well, I did notice on your intake form that you are married and you have kids. Yes, okay. And what has brought you here today?
Um, I'm just not feeling myself. I'm usually a very active person. I eat healthy, I exercise. I'm, constantly on the go and doing things. And here lately, I'm not sleeping well, and I'm tired all the time. Not eating. I just don't feel like eating. Just a lot of stuff going on in the family, and I think it's gotten to the point where it's affecting me. I don't want to be around other people. I just want to stay home. I want to just curl up in my bed and sleep, but then my mind won't shut off, so then I can't sleep, and it's just kind of a vicious circle.
So, how would you describe your feelings? Your feeling, how would you describe it?
I guess right now I feel like, I'm a lousy mother. Um, I'm angry with my son. I think he has lost his mind. I'm frustrated with my husband because he just works and kind of ignores the situation. And I, mad at myself. I guess I just feel helpless. Like, to be.
Okay. I hear that you stated that you're angry at yourself. You stated that you're frustrated with your husband. I hear that your son has lost his mind. It sounds like you're kind of overwhelmed with everything going on at home right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in saying all of that, can you tell me a little bit more about you being, um, what specifically do you think is causing your anger and your frustration at home?
Well, I guess it's one of those things where, when your kids are little, you can't wait for them to grow up, and you think life is going to be easier, and then they become teenagers, and you think, oh my God, can they just be little kids again? It was so much easier when they were little.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I don't even know who my son is anymore right now.
Okay. What can you tell me a little bit more about that? What do you mean you don't know who he is?
Well, he's always been like, wanting to be around the family, very family oriented, just a good kid. He always wanted to do what was right, wanted to make, us proud of him.
Mm-hmm.
He was the kid that would stand up to bullies, even if he didn't know the kid that was being bullied, he was just always a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I just feel like I don't even know who he is anymore. Like, he's lost his mind. I mean, his grades started slumping.
Okay.
He went
Okay.
an A student. His teachers are calling saying he's being belligerent and not following the rules
Oh
and getting into
wow.
trouble.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's belligerent and argumentative at home. He'll
Mm-hmm.
just go lock and
Okay. Wow.
lately that he's skipping school, and frustrated. And, being a teacher, I've seen students that are using drugs, and
Mm-hmm.
it's almost, I feel like the signs are there, but then there's a part of me that doesn't want to admit, not me, I didn't raise a kid that's going to be doing drugs. But like I said, the signs are there, and I'm angry that he would do that. I'm frustrated that my husband's not helping with it. I just don't even know what to do right now.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you feel like your son is using drugs. And I'm also hearing that you feel like your husband is uninvolved with the whole process, or he's not addressing the issue. Okay. So what are some steps that you've taken already to have you discussed this with your husband, or is this something that this is the way you feel and you've kept it internal?
I've discussed it with him, and he's like, "Oh no, he knows better. We've done a good job. He's just a teenage boy." I think he's kind of in denial.
Mm-hmm.
Son, and it's hard because you got to go to work,
Right.
so that you live in this house in this neighborhood,
Right.
where like he's involved with the wrong kids, but so you get him up, you try the best you can, and you think he's going to school, and then you get a call from the school that where is your kid, and you're like, at school, and they're like, no, he's not.
Okay.
So my job, I guess I'm just kind of at my wit's end. I'm like, what do I do?
Okay. So I hear how he's acting at school and how he's responding, but internal, how in reference to you, that's causing you to become frustrated that he's acting like this, angry that he's acting like this.
Yeah, all of the above. And then I feel like a failure as a parent, because obviously if I had done a good job, he wouldn't be doing these things, and so I guess I feel like I've lost my self-confidence, in my parenting skills. I just feel like the world's worst mother, and I'm embarrassed because, I wonder, how many of my friends are talking about us behind our backs.
Okay.
And, just a lot of things going on.
Okay. So I do hear your frustration and your concern, and I do understand that you're very concerned about your son in the situation that he's in, and you feel like your husband could be more involved with the situation. You feel like you're dealing with it on your own. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So in saying that, what are some things that you have done already to address the issue with your son?
I've grounded him. I've talked to him about drugs. I let him know that, drug addiction and alcoholism are in the family because, my dad was a drug addict and an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how I feel about drugs. I've, tried to talk to him about being respectful, and, when the school calls, I apologize to them, and then, I talk with him about it, taking the phone away. I guess I just don't know what to do, because right now nothing's working.
So you have tried several things to kind of convince him. Okay. And in reference to, okay, I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. And in reference to your husband, what have you done in reference to your husband to get him to understand your concern, or how you feel like you're dealing with your son on your own?
Yeah, I haven't shared that piece with him. I've shared my concerns with him.
Mm-hmm.
I've asked him for help, and like I said, I just constantly get, oh, you're over exaggerating. He wouldn't do that. He's a good boy. He's just being a normal teenage boy. And that's really not what I need to hear. I mean, I need to figure out how to help our son, not hide it and let it continue to go on.
Okay. Is he aware of your son's behaviors? He is.
I'm the one that gets the phone calls. I'm the one that has to go to the school. I'm the one that has to clean it up and take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
He just, because he works, and I mean, I work too, but he's further away, and so it's just always fallen on me.
Okay, I understand. So I'm hearing that the responsibility becomes yours.
Right.
He's less involved. Okay, okay. And what I hear you telling me that you're also withdrawn and it's wearing you down and it's making you angry. You're frustrated. And when you say withdrawn, what do you mean withdrawn from exactly?
I don't do anything. I go to work. I really don't interact with the other teachers. I just go to my classroom. You know, I interact with my kids because that's my job and that's what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
But then, like, when the day is over, I go straight home. And, you know, I used to, like, go to dinner with friends and, you know, go shopping, go hang out with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know, call somebody on the phone, hey, what's going on? Let's go see a movie this weekend. And I guess I'm so frustrated and I'm scared to leave him home alone because I think, what is he going to do?
Mm-hmm.
But then, too, it's just like, I guess all I can think of is, I'm sure everybody's talking because, you know, it is a small community and these kids have been friends since kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
So
mm-hmm.
everybody knows everybody's business.
Mm-hmm.
And I just don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to feel the judgment. I'm embarrassed.
Okay.
But I guess I'm so overwhelmed with everything that part of me just like I said, I just want to curl up in bed, pull the covers over my head, and make it go away.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Well, we definitely have to address that issue. We don't want you to be overwhelmed, angry, and frustrated, and all these sad and disturbing feelings that you're experiencing. We want you to be on the other side, happy, joyful, excited. Okay. So, you mentioned to me that you have taken steps to discipline him and redirect him and refocus him. What are some things that you've done for self to redirect some of your emotions and your feelings in reference to your son?
You know, I try to tell myself, oh, you know, you're being irrational, you know, and I can almost hear my husband saying it. But at the same time, I really believe that my worries of what's going on with him are correct.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as taking care of myself, I've put all of my energy in trying to figure out how to help my son.
Mm-hmm.
That I just don't have time to help me right now. You know, it's like I go to work and then I come home and I'm trying to help him, you know, because I'm a mother and I want the best for my kid and I don't want to see him ruin his life. So that's kind of where all of my energy focuses. And then when he's not doing better or getting better,
Mm-hmm.
it just makes me feel like an even bigger failure.
Okay. I hear you. What I hear you saying is that even though you're angry, you're frustrated, you're overwhelmed with your son, you don't have time for yourself because all of your time and energy is spent on trying to help him and redirect him on the right path. Okay. And what is a typical day? You come in with your son, and what's a typical experience in that day with him?
Like after school or in the morning?
Well, if it's a situation that extends from school, or is it a situation where you have to go up to the school? What is something that might trigger those emotions, those angry feelings, those frustrated feelings with your son? What is something that has occurred maybe?
Well, I mean, just even like in the mornings, you know, I'm like hollering, you need to get up, I've got to leave for work. You know, of course, you know, my husband leaves like an hour before. So, you know, it's not only do I get me up and ready, but I got to make sure he's up and ready so he can go to school, which he leaves after I do. But, you know, no, I'm not getting up. You know, and then I go like to his room and I'm banging on the door because he's locked the door. even though he knows he's not supposed to lock the door. And, you know, and then I'm screaming, you need to get up, you need to get up. I'm going to be late for work. And he's just like, I don't care, you know, and then he won't get up. So then I finally get him, you know, pick the lock and get in there and get him out of bed. And then I'm late for work because, you know, I'm rushing and then I'm late for work. And then, you know, I have my boss, you know, sees me coming in late, which is not good.
Oh,
And
no.
then, you know, and then I'm like trying to teach, and I'm getting a phone call. Miss Canary, we need to come to the school. Your son just got into a fight with the teacher.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
so then I'm like, you know, we've got to find somebody to take over my classroom so I can drive across town to go to the school and talk to the principal. You know, and so I just feel like, you know, it's affecting my job. It's just wearing me down. And then when I get home, his arms are crossed. I'm like, dude, what's going on? You know, talk to me. You know, because I've always believed in there's two sides to every story. And so, you know, I don't want to immediately take the school side, even though I have a pretty good idea that due to the way he's acting, it's probably true. But I want to hear what he has to say.
Right.
And, you know, so he'll just cross his arms and just be like, screw it. You know,
Okay.
it doesn't matter anyway. You know, and then we'll get home and he'll just run to his room and slam the door and blare his music. And I'm just like, really? Here we go again.
Okay. Okay. Well, I would like to no, let's do some role playing exercises. For example, if you were, I'm going to pretend to be your son, and I want you to be yourself, and we're going to kind of play out how some things would occur in the course of a day.
Okay.
So I'm coming inside and I don't want to do anything. What is the problem?
You know, I would, you know, usually I say, how was your day? You know,
It sucked. It sucked today. I got into it with a teacher and another boy pushed me and we got into a fight.
you know, Jacob, I don't understand, you know, what's going on. You're angry. You're so angry all the time, and you keep getting into fights. I mean, can you tell me just what's going on?
I don't want to talk, Mom. I don't want to talk about it.
I can't help you if you're not talking. You know, I need to understand what's going on with you so I can help you. You know, they're talking about expelling you from school, and I don't know what we're gonna do if that happens.
Okay, so it's okay if they expel me. It doesn't matter. I don't want to do anything. I don't want. I just tear it up. Just it doesn't matter. I'll set it on fire. It doesn't matter.
You say that now, but 10 years from now, you'll be regretting what you're saying and what you're doing. You know, you need an education so you can have a good life. And if you ever do, you know, have a family, you can't provide for them if you don't have an education.
Okay. So I'm listening to you going through the role playing exercises with your son, and I'm understanding that even though you're trying to persuade him and see the positive side of life, you still have a sense of frustration and that you're coming off with him. That whole aura comes off as if okay, she's angry with me too, and okay. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. So what if, although you're angry, you're frustrated, and we have to focus on you because without you being the better you, we won't be able to help others. So my question to you is, what is our goal when dealing with these issues? What are some things that we want to do? Because it sounds to me that you're withdrawn from the situation. You're very unhappy to the point where you're unhappy and more than just angry and frustrated. You're almost unhappy and withdrawn. What would we say our goal would be? Would it be just to be happy at the end of the day, or what is your goal? To be able to communicate better with your son? What would be your goal?
Feel like I need to regain my confidence in my ability to be a parent.
Okay.
Um, because if I don't do that, I almost feel like I'm spinning my wheels.
Okay.
And I probably need to get like just this feeling of the gray black cloud over my head. I guess, you can call it depression or whatever. I gotta get that under control. And I think maybe if I get that under control, maybe then my confidence as a parent might get a little stronger.
Okay.
And ultimately, I want to figure out how to help my son because I don't want to see him going down the path that he's going down.
Okay. So you definitely say there's some very good goals. But in order to make those things happen, what are some steps that we can take? Because you definitely want to regain your sense of confidence and confidence with your child and become forefront in his light. So what are some things that we can do specifically, or some things that we can act on now?
I've been thinking about going to my doctor and getting a prescription. It's hard because, like I said earlier, my dad was a drug addict and an alcoholic, and so I don't drink and I don't do drugs. I'm really almost terrified of it because I don't want to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
Shaking it on my own, so I almost think maybe it would be good, at least for a little bit, to talk with my doctor about a possible prescription.
And this prescription would be for anxiety. Okay.
And I think I'm just gonna have to, when I'm telling myself, "You suck as a parent. Everybody's talking about you." I know that it's crazy talk. I'm sure there are people talking about me, and I'm sure I could have been a better parent. But I guess telling myself that I suck is probably not good.
Excuse me.
So just work on, what I
Okay.
can build my confidence back up.
Okay, that sounds great. Sounds like that's one thing that you can start doing that's moving in the right direction. So, an immediate goal would be to maybe seek your physician for something to bring your anxiety levels and frustration down. And what is something else that you can do to kind of assist with you regaining your self confidence? Because remember, your priority, you are number one. Maybe some relaxing things, some techniques.
I've just never been one to do kind of relaxing techniques.
What do you do that actually relaxes you or calms you down?
To be honest, a lot of it is I'll go exercise, and
Mm-hmm.
and I'm probably more frustrated because I'm not exercising because I'm just so tired that I don't want to exercise.
Right, you do see the cycle. Mm-hmm.
So I probably need to take care of my body. Try to get some sleep at night, eating healthy again, making myself eat even when I just don't feel like eating, and exercising, because I know if I don't eat and I don't exercise, I'm just going to continue to feel tired.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something that you can get back on track doing? Do you feel like you can incorporate some time to exercise for yourself?
I'm just going to have to do it a little different. I don't trust leaving him home alone to go to the gym.
So maybe you can bring him with you.
that would be another big fight. You know, he doesn't want to be seen with me. So I was thinking maybe I could pull out the old exercise videos
Very
or something.
good. Very good. I
Do
think
it from home.
yes, I think that would be beneficial. And you still be getting your exercise and you still be able to assist him. Do you think you would be able to go and seek your physician? How long do you think that would take you?
It usually takes like 2, 3, 4 days to get in. It's not too bad.
So that's something that you can commit to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. At this time, I think we've definitely set some goals we can start on. And within starting those goals, we'll come back and we'll revisit in our next visit and see how things have escalated or evolved until then. At least we can commit to these goals at this time. Okay. Well, thank you, Jill, for coming today. And hopefully, in the next session, we can address our goals, see how they've come along, and go from there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.